The final whistle blows. Two exhausted players who spent the last 90 minutes trying to physically dominate each other walk toward the center circle, and one of the first things they do is take off their shirt and hand it to the other. Think about how strange that actually is. Would a boxer, after 12 rounds, hand his gloves to the man who just hit him? Would a tennis player give away their racket after match point? Football is one of the only sports on Earth where the two sides voluntarily exchange the exact clothing that identifies who they were fighting for minutes after the fighting stops. So where did this actually come from? The most widely documented early instance dates back to 1931, when France played England at the Stade Olympique de Colombes in Paris. France won 5-2, a genuine shock at the time given England's status as football's country of origin. According to football historians, French players asked their opponents to swap shirts as a memento of the occasion, a way of marking a result the English side did not exactly want commemorated. That is the key detail people miss. The tradition was never really about friendship in that moment. It was about the shirt itself being a trophy, a physical object that proves something happened. You cannot photograph a feeling. You can photograph a shirt with someone else's badge on it, folded in a drawer for the next 50 years. For decades after that, the practice stayed occasional, a gesture reserved for special results, historic wins, meaningful farewells, not something clubs expected every single week. Everything changed with television. As football broadcasting expanded through the 20th century, especially from the 1970s onward, shirt swapping became something else entirely, a visible, repeatable, camera-friendly ritual. Broadcasters loved it. It read as sportsmanship, as mutual respect between competitors, exactly the kind of image the sport wanted associated with itself after a match that could otherwise end in shouting, fouls, and disputed decisions. By the time football became a fully global television product, shirt swapping had shifted from rare souvenir to expected custom, especially at the biggest tournaments. The World Cup in particular turned it into near ritual, since it is often the only time players from different countries share a pitch at all. Here is where it gets more complicated than nostalgia. Shirts are not just fabric anymore. A modern international match shirt is a manufactured, sponsored, tightly controlled product, and some kits, especially rare away shirts or one-off tournament designs, become genuinely valuable collector's items. Several players have openly admitted they target specific opponents before kickoff specifically to secure a shirt they want for their own collection. There is also a governing body wrinkle most fans never think about. FIFA and other football authorities have, at various points, discouraged or restricted on-pitch shirt swapping, worried it looks unprofessional walking off bare-chested, or that it slows down the ceremonial parts of a tournament. Rules have occasionally pushed players to swap shirts in the tunnel instead of the pitch. The tradition has survived every attempt to formalize it away, because the players themselves keep doing it regardless. During the COVID-affected tournaments of 2020 and 2021, several competitions actually banned the practice outright, citing hygiene concerns around close physical contact and shared fabric. Players largely respected the rule during the matches themselves, then were photographed swapping shirts anyway in the tunnel, out of camera view, minutes later. Even a global pandemic could only relocate the tradition. It could not stop it. And that is really the honest answer to why it still happens. It is not about the two federations. It is not about the marketing. At the individual level, it is one competitor recognizing another competitor and wanting physical proof they stood on the same pitch as someone they respected, admired, or simply fought hard against for 90 minutes. The two players who exchanged shirts were never really enemies in the way the scoreline made them look. They were two people doing an extremely difficult, extremely public job at the exact same moment on opposite sides. The shirt is what is left over once the contest itself is finished. Now you know.